I think for me, that's what makes this film have a richness and a complexity, to have Margot in the film, because I think she comes alive in the film and you really see so much more. Our film, I guess the first cut was about 5 or 5.5 hours long, and we put cue cards up, index cards, to try to figure out what can be moved and what should come out. And it was a very difficult process because a lot of very wonderful things had to leave the film. One of them was Mariel, when her father got sick. He had had some heart problems, went to visit him in the hospital. And she was just sitting and talking to him, and he said, "Oh, you don't even need to come and visit me. I'm just fine." And then a few minutes later, he looked at her and he said, "You're going to be okay." And she said, "No, you're going to be okay." And then seconds later, all the stitches just burst, and he passed away. And she was just sitting right there with him as that happened. And, it wasn't really relevant to the story. It was the intimacy between the two of them, but it was such a powerful story that I hated not to find a place for it. Then there were funny things, like she got kicked out of Overeaters.
Why did she get kicked out of Overeaters?
Because she would eat big, huge salads. And so that was, I thought, a marvelous thing to put in. I mean, there were many things, many, many things. And the editing process was, some days rough and some days beautiful. And the great thing about it is trying things and putting things at the beginning that were in the middle, or, really, what the editing process is. And it's wonderful. And suddenly, at the end, it looks as if it's seamless, as if that's how it's supposed to be when you've seen it in all its very rough and ragged terms, and also wanting to really blend in those stories and give you a full picture of A Tale of Three Sisters.